And what?
And then you
Are
should
we
be
back
good.
on?
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep, yep. You're
Mic
good.
went
You're
off.
good.
Can I
You're
X
good.
over here?
Yeah, cut off. Yep.
Oh,
Yep, you're
okay. We're back on.
Excellent.
All right. I'm glad that somebody told me.
Yeah,
All righty. All right. So if you missed what I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, because my mic cut off, I'm getting some feedback. So is that because?
Oh, it's probably because you're in the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. X out of that. There you go.
All right, there we go. All right, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. So if you missed what we said, it looks like we potentially might have a descending wedge on MMV as it came down to the demand zone. We're seeing it curve, but of course there's going to be a resistance in this area over here, so we need to see it prove itself. So let's go ahead and take a look at some other tickers while we're at it. Let's take a look at FFIE, which was also a runner early this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, earlier in this morning it was running. So let's go ahead and zoom out, and we can see that we had predicted a potential descending wedge off the demand zone, and that the price action has in fact been going up. But this has been pretty choppy. Again, this is a stock that's been going up now for well over a week, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll keep an eye on it. But it is definitely a difficult ticker to trade because of the fact that it's been running for so long. GTBP ran up as well. Looks quite bearish. It's at a very key level of $8.24. It had one heck of a run. It certainly had one heck of a run, ladies and gentlemen. It ran 169%, 169%. Hold on, Doubles. Can you take a look? Can you take a look at the support? Take care of that, okay? GTBP looks like it hit resistance at 842, broke through it, and is now pulling back. So it has strong resistance at $8.24, and it seems to have formed a double top on the 5-minute. Let's go get the graffiti pencil out and draw that. Let's go ahead and get the graffiti pencil out and draw that right there and right over there. And that looks to me like a double top. Let's see what it looks like on the 1-minute. And on the 1-minute, it looks still like a double top. So it could be getting itself ready to pull back based on what I'm seeing with this bearish pattern, unless we see some more volume come in and see it curl back up. So let's go and take a look at it. Another ticker that was moving earlier today, MTC, a heavy floated stock, and it went up 111%. MTC, and it pumped and it dumped. Very heavy floated stock. Went up to $16. Let's go get the graffiti pencil out and create a level right there. A level at $16. Ladies and gentlemen, a level at $16. Okay, $16. $16. Okay, so it's trying to curl back up. It's below VWAP. VWAP is right around this figure right here, 1143. It's still got a lot of low volume. Theoretically, we could say maybe if we get a graffiti pencil, maybe we could be looking at a potential descending wedge. Maybe, DBL, maybe. But again, it really needs to prove itself by keeping a momentum that gives it more curling towards the 1142 price point. So we're going to put it on the side chart. Side chart. CTNT popping up on the scanner. CTNT. Let's take a look at it. And it's popping off. Let's see if we've got some news on it. Do we have any news on it? Not seeing any news on it. It's a low floater of 1.5 million, and there's only about 130,000 shares trading hands, and it's currently up 23%. So, all right, I'll put you on the side chart for now until you can prove yourself. Prove your love to me. Prove your love to me. That's what I say. Prove your love to me, because this does not look particularly schmexy. Ladies and gentlemen, it is starting to move somewhat, and we definitely do not have any news on it, and it's really very choppy. Very, very choppy. So I'm not feeling the love. DBLs, I'm not feeling the love with this. What have you done for me lately? And it flushes. Yucky. We don't like that. DBL moms, we don't like that. Let's take a look at SCPX, another stock that hit the center. SCPX, and it is a very inexpensive stock, so it will be super volatile, and it looks like it is forming a double top. A double top.
Coley says, good morning. What will FFIE do today? I'm locked in.
You're locked in. Okay, Ray, what's up? Let's take a look at it. Let's go to the videotape. Let's go to the videotape on FFIE. FFIE. And if we go ahead and go to a higher time frame, you could see that we drew some zones of importance. The demand zone down here, where there would generally be buying pressure right around here, and the supply zone where there's generally selling pressure. And we could see that we had originally drawn a descending wedge, which would be a bullish pattern for a bullish reversal. And in fact, the price action has reversed and bounced off the demand zone and started to move upward. It is still curling. It had a high, I think, of 101% earlier, and right now it's at 98%, and it's trying to continue its movement up, but you can see it's rather choppy. Again, this stock has moved up so much that, you know, it's no wonder that it's choppy. It still looks like it's trying to stay bullish, but we are in a channel of consolidation right now, right around here and right around there. And what we want to see is that it breaks this level and starts to move upward. And of course, as it starts to get closer to the supply zone, which is up here, let's go ahead and finish drawing that up. Let's take a look at it right there and right there. So the demand zone's around 370 to maybe as high as 390. So as it starts to move further up, if it does in fact move further up, it'll have more and more pressure because it's approaching the supply zone. But there's still a lot of room. Still a lot of room. You could see that right over here, and you could see that the previous high, recent high, was $3.90. So as long as it stays above 205, we have a chance of seeing it move up. It's going to need what I like to call volume confirmation, ladies and gentlemen. Volume confirmation. That's what we want to see. All right, so let's keep looking. We're on the Serengeti. We're on the prowl, trying to get the next stonk that we're going to ensnarl. CNEY was another ticker that moved earlier. CENY. And it did a round trip. So no. Let's go to GTBP. That stock had a high of 185%. It is double topped, as we said, and it looks like it's starting to come down off of the double top, ladies and gentlemen. So it is fulfilling the bearish reversal that we thought might happen at this level. So right now, it's doing one of these right there. Okay. Now, if it can hold VWAP, maybe we could see it bounce again. But again, we have very strong resistance at 824, and the price action has been moving all morning. So you could see that it blew right through the original supply zone, and it just it bounced off the demand zone and just started going higher and higher. It formed a double top over here, but it ultimately broke through the double top after this brief flush and just kept moving upward. So right now we have another double top right here. Again, these are levels of potential support. VWAP, the 20 EMA, right over here, 684, and then 624 is also another very significant area of support / resistance. So we want to definitely see it stay above 624. That's what's going on with GTBP. TANH is currently up 52%. You can see that it had a high of $1.18. The float is very low, 986,000 shares, and its volume is almost 7 million. And this stock actually ran last week on Friday, if I remember correctly. And there was a statement of acquisition of beneficial ownership on May 8th. So
Ray Sicoli says, love your analysis and breakdowns.
My pleasure, Ray. My pleasure. I'm glad you're enjoying it. So let's take a look at TANH. It's hitting a key area, just under $1. And a dollar is a psychological level for a lot of people, ladies and gentlemen. So let's see what goes on here. Obviously, we had a demand zone down here and a supply zone, and it's blown right past it. So let's move our indicators a little bit further up because things have been changing. Let's go and do that. Okay, so right now I would say right here would be your supply zone. And right about over here, let's go ahead and change this. Grab this sucker and move this over here. And we could say maybe right about here would be your new demand zone. So let's go ahead and tag it. And let's keep an eye on it because it is moving. So let's go ahead and zoom in. Let's zoom in, ladies and gentlemen, and we can actually create a little trend line over here because it is actually trending. It's staying friends with the trend. It's staying friends with the trend. Let's see if it can break that $1, that psychological resistance of $1, $1. It's currently up 52%. 52%. 52%. Can we see it go higher? We need to see it break $1. Let's keep an eye on it. It doesn't have a heck of a lot of volume right now. Only 1,200 shares is what's showing. So that's not really schmexy, but it's trying to break the dollar. And we'll give it a moment. We'll keep an eye on it for one more moment. And if it doesn't do what it needs to do, DBLs, it will be a situation of, what have you done for me lately? Ladies and gentlemen, what have you done for me lately? Okay, it doesn't look like it wants to break $1, so let's go to the next ticker of the jour. The next ticker of the jour, let's see, is there anything that's particularly schmexy? Let's take a look at NBY. NBY. And that stock is curling 58%. It's a 19-cent stock, super volatile, super duper volatility going on right there. Float is about 28 million. Again, a little bit on the high side, but, ladies and gentlemen, it's a micro float, so we can give it a little bit more leeway because of that. Now, let's go ahead and extend our drawings over here. We can see that it is approaching the supply zone, which would be a natural resistance area. Okay, so it would be super important to break through, and we can see that the demand zone's down here, right? So the price is approaching the supply zone, which is roughly around 19 to 21 cents. That would be a pretty strong resistance area. We're looking at the 5-minute chart. We had a high. Let's go ahead and change that graffiti pencil. Here we go. We're changing the graffiti pencil. 25.94 was the high, and right now it's up 55%. My concerns would be that if it gets bogged down in the supply zone, we would have the makings of a head and shoulders pattern, which would be an indication of a bearish reversal. So we got the shoulder, we got the head, and if it don't break through this area right here, we potentially could have a head and shoulders. So we want to see it get past this level right here and move north. That would be ideal, but right now it seems to be stalling out. So, as I like to say, ladies and gentlemen, what have you done for me lately, NBY? NBY, what have you done for me lately? Drops 10%. Not schmexy at all.
Chrysanthemo says, good morning, Coach Nick and family. Happy Monday. Let's get after this week and make some schmexy ABCDs.
ABCDs, baby. It's all about the ABCDs. NBY, what have you done for me lately? What have you done for me lately? Let's go take a look at some other tickers. DBL moms, what do you want me to look at? How about we take a look at NKGN? That was another parabolic runner that pumped and dumped. You will pump and dump. That we don't like when things pump and dump. We want them to pump and pump and pump and pump and pump. You got to pump it. And you can see that this particular ticker, NKG, did a round the corner type of thing, so we don't really like it. Yes, what's up,
ladies
Bubbles?
and gentlemen, what do you guys want to see? What stocks would you like to check out?
Yeah, let us know what you want. You let us know. And if you're enjoying the show, go ahead and share. We started a little bit earlier. Because we're going to actually extend the live stream in the private Discord. Ladies and gentlemen,
Yes, sir.
and there's a 5-day trial link for $1. $1. So you guys could come and join us if you'd like, ladies and gentlemen, in the private Discord, because we're going to continue to stream in the private Discord after this show on social media, MULN Moving. So if you'd like, the link is in the description, and it's also pinned at the top, right?
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah. Mullen Moving. Any news on Mullen? We have it's meme stock. Okay, all right. It's potentially a meme stock. Whatever. Float is 6 mil, and there's only 136,000 shares moving, and it's only up a little bit under 10%. Not particularly schmexy. How about CRKN? CRKN was a monster last week, ladies and gentlemen. This stock ran 1,017%. And guess who called it before it ran? Yeah, it was us. It was us. You know how we do. Ladies and gentlemen, you know how we do. Okay, so on the 5 minute, you could see that we had originally drawn a nice descending wedge. Again, it's going to be a little messy because, of course, the stock ran so heavily last week, but it is a moving and it's curling, and we have some resistance levels that it just broke 25 cents. We got another level at 28.5 cents. And LODE, Bryce wants us to take a look at LODE. We'll go ahead and put a little ringy dingy right around here for this particular ticker. And let's go and take a look at LODE and see what LODE is doing. LODE is trying to do its curl. And what do we got going on? It's a pretty heavy floated stock at 123 million shares, and there's only 588,000 shares that are actually trading hands. So there's not a lot of volume. And because there's not a lot of volume, it's going to be difficult for this ticker to move, but it is currently up 12%. So let's go take a look and see what it looks like at the 1 minute chart. And you can see the very sparsely traded action because you can see that the candles are very staccato, very choppy. So a lot of this stuff is being moved by market makers. You have basically a lot of barcoding. So this is what it looks like on the 1 minute on very low volume. On the 5 minute, we'll go ahead and take a look at the 5 minute, and it has been curling up indeed. And let's go and do some levels for it. 33 would be one level right here. So let's go ahead and change the graffiti pencil. 33 is one level right there. Boom. And then we have another level right over here. Boom. At around 32. Go ahead, give me that. 32. Boom, right there. Right there. And then you have another level right around 31. And then you have support roughly at around 29.5. You got another support at 28 and change. And you get more support down here. And let's go into a longer time frame so we can see exactly what's going on. Let's take a look at it. And you can see that there has been a sell-off, but it is curling on the 180-day calendar. So, again, heavy floated stock, not fast moving, probably more adept to a longer-term type of play, but that's not what I usually play. So, for me, it's not a go. Not a go. Would I accept Venmo? We actually have WAP that we could do. Yeah, we have WAP, PayPal, and Patreon. And DBLs will put the link in the description for you.
Yeah, I'll put the links in.
Yeah, we'll put the links in the description so you can use any of the above that you can like that would work best for you, right?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have been using WAP, right?
Yeah, they have been using WAP.
Yeah. So they've been using Wapadoo. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the videotape. See if we see anything else that looks Shalmaxi at this moment. We had SISI that had originally moved, and now it's kind of pulling back. So let's take a look at SISI. And yeah, you could see the different levels that we had over there. And again, it's working its way down towards the demand zone, which would be down here. It had a high of $2. That was on Friday and has been selling off since then. We did have a little bit of a spike earlier in the morning. Not particularly shamaxy. Here's another ticker that I thought was kind of interesting, and I'm keeping an eye on it, but right now it's just very low volume. It is SXTC. SXTC. And the deal with this is, I believe it's a China stock, and it only has a volume of, it only has a float of 560 1,000 shares. And right now, the China stocks seem to be the flavor du jour. Yeah, like for example, MMV, which ran earlier this morning, was a China stock. And last week, I think it was a FLJ or FLP or something like that, was another one that ran.
Yep.
Yeah, there was a bunch of China stocks that ran. China. But right now, the price action is in between the demand zone and the supply zone. So, what have you done for me lately, ladies and gentlemen? What have you done for me lately? SYRA on the scanner.
Yes, sir.
And it doesn't particularly look very attractive on the 1 minute. Let's see what it looks like on the 5 minute. 5 minute. And of course, it's trying to curl, but again, you could see the barcoding in the candles, and that's what I don't like. I don't like that. I don't like the barcoding, DBLs. I don't like it. It looks kind of meshy.
We like the bottom tails.
We like bottom tails, and we don't like barcoding. We don't like the barcoding, DBL moms. We don't like it. No, 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 no. Let's take a look at GTBP. It ran earlier on no news, really. I mean, there was some news maybe about a week ago. I don't know if it was earnings or something like that. And, you know, it's very, very choppy. I know it ran quite a bit, but it was very, very choppy. And I chose not to trade it because of the choppiness, but it did go up quite a bit. It went up 185%, and you could see that it was not a very clean move, but it ultimately made it up there. You can see right over here earlier in the morning, it was forming a double top, and it flushed, but then it recovered again, and it created a triple top, and then it finally broke through, and it flushed, and then it went back up, and a whole lot of top tails on there, but it ultimately did make it to 185%, and now it's double topped, and we're anticipating a pullback. But again, if volume comes in, maybe that's something different. I mean, it did a lot better than I thought it would do. And again, some key levels are not 624 and 824. These are key levels of resistance. 624 would be key level of support at this juncture. 824 is your resistance. It's significant. If it gets under 624, then I would be concerned about it holding its price. Ladies and gentlemen, let's find something that's a little more entertaining, a little bit more shanazzy, a little bit more, how shall we say, Shmexy.
Yes, sir.
All right, TANH. Let's take a look at it. It is still friends with the trend, ladies and gentlemen. Still friends with the trend. So we'll just get our graffiti pencil out, because that's what we do. We get the graffiti pencil out when we want to do some drawing, because that's what we are. We are artistes. We are artistes, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so there you go. So we still have friendship with the trend. We have resistance just below that $1 psychological number, and it hit a high of $1.18. It expected earnings when? May 10th? And that's when they mentioned it. I don't know if the earnings came in or not. There was insider buying on May 8th. The float is very low, under 1,986,000. And there has been some attention to this fella at 7.25 million shares exchanging hands, but it's been quite choppy, and quite frankly, I traded it and I lost money on it. Not a lot, but I lost some money on it, so I'm a little sad about it. I'm going to get my tissue.
The tissue.
I lost a little bit of money on it. Hey, it happens, you know. That's part of being a lion on the Serengeti. Sometimes you're the predator, and sometimes you're the prey. So with this one, I was praying. You know what I mean? I was praying, and it didn't work out. But it does look kind of like it's trying to make some noise. It doesn't have a tremendous amount of volume. It has very low volume, so that's something that's concerning. But I do like the fact that it only has 986,000 shares of floatage. I like that. I like the fact that it's up 51%.
Yes, sir.
And I like the pattern. And I like the fact that it's working its way away from the demand zone. Let's get the graffiti pencil out and mark the different zones. Let's go ahead and do that. Right over here is the demand zone.
Yeah.
Demand. I demand. I demand that you go up. I demand that you go up. Oop. Zone. And we could say that right over here is the supply zone. Supply zone. Ladies and gentlemen, demand zone, supply zone. Now we have a top tail, and as you know,
We don't like top tails.
we don't like the top tails. We like the bottom tails, ladies and gentlemen. So we need to see some confirmation that this is going to do a little ringy dingy and keep on pushing upward. There's not a lot of volume on it. I'm going to get my graffiti pencil just to finish off my drawing because I'm a perfectionist. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to go there and I'm going to go boom right there. But TANH, what have you done for me lately? Let's go back to the videotape for GTBP. It seems to be caroling a tad, so we're going to keep an eye on it. That's a positive thing. Again, there was definitely a double top formation on the 5. Let's take a look at it on the 1. I'm concerned because, again, we do have this prevailing double top over here, and it is curling, and it is coming towards strong resistance. So does it become a triple top? Let's get that graffiti pencil out. Ladies and gentlemen, you know we got to get that graffiti pencil out. Ladies and gentlemen, does it become a triple top and flush, or does volume come in and push it along? Ladies and gentlemen, it does not have a lot of volume at this moment. The float is very low at 1.2 million shares. 1.2 million shares, and the volume has been relatively decent at 12 million shares, but the stock has been super duper choppy. Super duper choppy, like I guess Monday morning stock market.
Yeah.
Monday morning stock market, you know what I mean? So it's been a little choppy, ladies and gentlemen, a little choppy. But we're keeping an eye on it, seeing what it does. Again, moving very slow on low volume. And it is currently up, again, 153%. It had a high of 185%, ladies and gentlemen, 185%.
Stockpot asks, have you checked out BNED? B-N-E-D.
Oh, Barnes & Nobles, yeah, that's another meme stock. So Tupperware and Barnes & Noble have been maneuvering as memes, So let's go take a look at it. It has a 36 million float on the higher side, and volume is only 3.8 million shares, Barnes & Nobles. Let's see. And we have news on the 17. Barnes & Noble shares catapulted higher on Greenhaven offer. Let's click into that and see what that is. Let's see what that is, because again, the stock is a heavier floated stock. Let me go ahead and click that article over there and see what they're talking about. Let's see what it's all about. Barnes & Noble shares were launched higher after Greenhaven Road Investment Management disclosed its intention to pursue a transaction with the company. In a filing with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, Greenhaven said it has acquired a 9.9% stake in the company and intends to have discussions with Barnes & Noble's management and members of the board regarding business strategies, capitalization, and operational issues. Okay. All right. So a company bought almost a 10% interest in it, but you can see that we have barcoding here because we have very low volume, and it's a heavily floated stock. So what we could do is go into the 5-minute chart, the 5-minute, ladies and gentlemen, and we can go ahead and do a little stretch-a-roo over here, a little stretch-a-roo, and we could get some graffiti pencils out, and create some levels. So we would have support roughly around here. So let's go and get that going. Boom, boom. Right there's a support level. Right there's another support level. Right there's another support level, and of course the big support level would be right over here. And if we go over here, we would have resistance here, resistance is futile, resistance, and of course on the high of day 60 cents would be another resistance area. So here are your key levels. Again, it's kind of in a channel over here. This is where most of the activity is going on. So we'll get the other graffiti pencil out and fill that channel. Channel time. So it's in this channel right over here. And what we want to see happen is we want to see it break through right around 42.5 cents. We definitely want to see it stay above 32.5 cents. And my concern is that the volume is on the light side. Currently, it is actually red, 17%. But it had a nice little run. I guess that was what, on Friday when the news came out, and it's been pulling back since. And it's kind of a meme stop, kind of like Tupperware, and you can see that Tupperware is over the supply zone. So again, it's kind of on the extended side on the 5-minute chart. Let's go to the 5-minute chart. Kind of extended, double topping, and you can see if we get our graffiti pencil, there's a double top over here. No surprise since it's extended over the supply zone, which is down here. Let's go get the other graffiti pencil out. Boom, boom. Oh, bah, 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 bah. Here we go. That one, right there. Okay, so if it doesn't hold the support, we could potentially see a flusheroo. And we don't like flusheroos, DBLs. Do we like flusheroos?
No.
No, we don't like flusheroos. We like squeezy, nice and easy. Ladies and gentlemen, squeezy, nice and easy. But we do have what appears to be a double top on the 5-minute chart. And it also looks like a double top on the 1-minute chart, which would give it a confluence. A confluence, ladies and gentlemen, and not a heck of a lot of volume on Tupperware. And Tupperware as well is a heavier floated stock at 42 million with only 2 million in volume, and it's currently up 11%. So let's keep on searching for things. Let's go take a look at what's going on with GTBP. Did it triple top or did it break through? Remember, the prediction was that it had a strong possibility of a triple top and flushing. Ladies and gentlemen, flushing, but it didn't flush on the double top. And let's see if it will flush on the triple top. So let's get rid of this particular marking over here to neaten ourselves up a little bit. So now, does it break this triple top and keep moving upward? Again, it had a high of 185%. The float's 1.2 mil. It had 13 million volume. It made its way up, but it was choppy as heck. It didn't have any particular recent news. But on the 16th, it had earnings, which was last Thursday. And let's go to the 5-minute and take a look at what it looks like. So if we go back here, we could see that 16 would have been right around here, and you can see that nothing was really happening with this particular stock. Even on the news, it wasn't really moving. But we have a key level here of 824. We need to see it break 824, and then of course break these other levels as high as 894, and keep moving away from this key level of resistance of $8.24. Otherwise, we have a potential for a flusheroo, and we don't like flusheroos doubles. Do we like flusheroos? No, we don't. We like bottom tails, double bottoms, and squeezy, nice and easy. Can I place an order for that, ladies and gentlemen? I want to place an order for squeezy, nice and easy. My pleasure, Stockpot. My pleasure. So we're going to keep an eye on GTBP. It is the leading gainer of the morning. And the morning has been kind of boring. DBL Moms, I'm kind of bored. And I'm not even having my espresso. I'm not having that. I'm having my orange soda diet. Yeah, that's what I'm having. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what I'm having. All right, so what we're going to do in a little bit, we're going to keep an eye on GTBP for a few more minutes, and then after that, we're going to continue our stream on our Discord. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to join us, we have a special. You could try the Discord out for $1 for 5 days.
Yes, sir.
The link is in the description. And it's also pinned as the first comment. And you can certainly join us with the continuation of the stream in the Discord if you'd like. We're going to stay here just a little bit longer to see whether or not GTBP pierces through resistance levels and does not give us a triple top and keeps on moving. We're hoping that is the case. But right now, like I said, we were very concerned about a triple top. We were also very concerned about a double top before, but it curled back up anyway. So right now, we want to see it break through the $8.50 mark, break through $9 and keep going north if it can. But again, the concern is that it is a bearish pattern of a triple top as we quickly approach the 9:30 hour. And a lot of times these tickers that run pre-market sell off at the bell because people bought it the day before,
Yes, sir.
right? They bought it on Friday, and then they wake up and they're like, oh, wow, this stock ran.
Oh.
Holy moly, I better sell and get my profit. And then the price goes down, right? But again, strong resistance at 824. It's currently above 824. We're going to wait just a couple of minutes more. And if it don't do anything, we're going to wrap it up here and continue in the Discord. Let's keep another eye for one more second to see what it does. See what it do. Is it going to do something, Doubles? Because it is the leading gainer so far, and it's really not moving that much. I mean, it's up 170%. I mean, it moved a lot. It did move a lot, and we do have a trend that is upward, right over here. So we can go ahead and draw that trend, right? But it's having a hard time breaking this level, and that's been the story of this stock. You know, I didn't trade it because of exactly what it's doing right now. It would hit a level, and then pull back, hit a level, and then pull back, hit a level, and then pull back. And when that happens, usually retail investors get snuffed. And I don't like getting snuffed. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't like getting snuffed. I'm just saying. All right, so I'm getting bored. I'm getting bored with GTBP. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to jump into the Discord right now. We have the link in the description so that you guys can join us. We are going to be streaming right after this live in the Discord.
And it's in the pinned comment section as well.
That's right. And again, it's $1 for a 5-day trial. And yeah. And if you come on in and you're coming on in from the special, mention it on the Discord so we could say hello. Ladies and gentlemen, we're wrapping it up. We're going to be doing some more. Well, look at that. It's moving. Just as I was ready to leave. Ladies and gentlemen, GTBP is currently up 184%. It's almost back up as high as it was earlier. Okay, so it did in fact move up, and we're going to continue watching it on the Discord. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Coach Nick Money.
And DBL Nick's in the house.
And the one and only DBL Queen. Hey! I'm going to call you DBL Queen from now on because you are my queen.